If you're hearing a high-pitched ringing, buzzing, or hissing in your ears right now, stop what you're doing and listen carefully, because this message is not for everyone. It's for people who feel that sound getting louder at night, harder to ignore in silence, and more disturbing every single week. What most people don't realize is that ringing ears is not just an annoyance. It can be a warning sign that something deeper is happening inside your brain and auditory system, and ignoring it could make it permanent. In fact, researchers have found that once this process reaches a certain point, reversing it becomes much harder. That's why what you're about to hear matters so much. Most people are told the same useless advice over and over again. Just live with it. There's no real solution. It's part of aging. But think about this for a second. If ringing ears were truly untreatable, why are so many scientists suddenly focusing on the brain instead of the ears? And why are some people reporting that their ringing faded after addressing a very specific neurological trigger? This is where things get interesting, and it's also where most doctors stop explaining. Here's the part almost nobody talks about. Ringing ears doesn't always start in the ears. In many cases, it begins in the brain's signaling system. When certain neural circuits become overstimulated or misfire, the brain can literally generate sound that isn't there. That's why the ringing often feels louder in quiet rooms and why stress makes it worse. Your brain is stuck in a feedback loop, constantly amplifying noise that shouldn't exist. And unless that loop is interrupted, the sound keeps coming back. Now here's something that should concern you. According to research coming out of top universities, including Harvard-linked studies, there may be a critical window of time to calm this neurological response before it becomes deeply ingrained. Some experts warn that if nothing is done within a short period, often described as around 2 weeks, the brain may lock this pattern in even more strongly. That doesn't mean you're doomed, but it does mean waiting and hoping is the worst strategy possible. This is exactly why so many people fail. They chase temporary fixes, white noise machines, masking sounds, supplements that only relax the body but never address the real source. These methods might distract you for a while, but they don't retrain the brain. And the ringing always comes back, louder, more persistent, more exhausting. If you've tried things like that and felt disappointed, it's not your fault. You were simply never shown the full picture. What actually matters is calming the specific neural activity linked to ringing ears and supporting the brain's ability to reset that signal. When that happens, many people report that the sound fades into the background, becomes less intense, or in some cases disappears entirely. This is not about forcing silence overnight. It's about changing how your brain responds so the noise no longer controls your life. That's where a lot of attention has shifted recently. Instead of focusing only on the ears, scientists are looking at nutrients and compounds that support neural balance, reduce overstimulation, and help the brain regain normal signal processing. This approach is very different from what most people are used to, and that's why it feels almost hidden. You won't usually hear about it in a rushed doctor's appointment. One specific solution has been getting attention because it was designed around this exact idea. It's called Neuro, and it's not meant to mask ringing. It's designed to support the brain mechanisms involved in auditory signaling. People who follow the full explanation behind it often say the biggest change isn't just the sound itself, but how their mind finally feels calmer again, especially at night. And sleep, as you probably know, is where ringing ears love to attack the most. But here's the most important part. This is not something you should jump into blindly. The real value is in understanding why it works, how it fits into the bigger picture, and whether it even makes sense for your situation. That's why there's a detailed presentation that explains everything step by step, including the science, the reasoning, and why timing matters so much. It also explains the warning many people overlook. the idea that you may only have a short window to fix ringing ears before it becomes much harder to reverse. If ringing in your ears has been stressing you out, ruining your focus, or making nights unbearable, you owe it to yourself to at least understand what's really going on. Ignoring it won't make it disappear, and doing nothing could be the biggest mistake. Watch the full explanation linked with this video and decide for yourself. Many people wish they had learned this sooner, before the ringing became part of their daily life.